Thank you. Just let me share. Hey, are you able to see my screen and hear me okay? Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Omar and team, for this awesome get together and this collaborative learning experience that we are all sharing here today. As Omar said, I was fortunate to be part of multiple category creation businesses in my lifespan, starting with Facebook for social networking, then Zynga for social gaming things, then Cisco for Internet of Things in the early days of Internet of Things, then internal corporate structured innovation programs. And finally, right now, I'm building my own startup on voice, AI, and IoT technologies named Speak to IoT. So humbled to be here and planning to learn a lot from the fellow panelists, keynote speakers here. As all the speakers earlier mentioned, like there is a trend of attaching tech to anything we do today, right? Like whether it's energy tech or materials tech or industry tech or health tech, just by attaching the word tech, appending tech word to anything, that does not make it a digital business, a technology empowered business. Yes, technology is an essential element, but also the business part is equally important, if not more important. So they both have to go together, as Clive suggested earlier. So what we are trying to do here is learn some facets of like, how do we consider this technology and business intermingling together for surviving and growing together in this world. So I was just doing a quick this buzzword search just yesterday on this digital transformation. We are hearing this combination of how can we enable technology enable various businesses. And I mean, it results in like 3.6 billion results on Google. Obviously, it's a lot. But I think the common sense message here is just leverage technology. In order to leapfrog ahead in the business, yes, business should not be at the mercy of the technology, but it can go a long way by leveraging technology in the right manner. Because as Intel does, not Intel, IBM does this awesome survey every year for like more than 3,000 CEOs across 50 countries. And even last year's survey was recently published. And there also people are mentioning these three important things, like technology is a key enabler. So make tech matter more. It is not mattering as much as it should be in the industry. And they have identified these three things. So we are going to just skim through a lot of new technologies. We have seen a lot. We are going to see a lot. But some of the things are near and dear to our hearts today, like what makes a difference in business, right? Like exactly like today and now, what do I need to focus? So they identified these three key pieces of technology: IoT, Internet of Things, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. I mean, no big deal. We have all been through that path. But the key idea is technology is a top concern in the same survey, like in terms of external forces, like what are the external forces that impact business outcomes? So technology became the topmost concern in 2012. And ever since, most of the years except 1 year, it has remained that way in this like topmost concerning points for business leaders to expand upon. And many times you've heard this part, like the E in the technology, the exponential component. Sometimes you make the mistake of keep on doing the right thing, the operationalizing things, and technology will take care of itself. But Ray Kurzweil has identified an awesome example of this exponential advantage. Sometimes this linear thinking gives immediate results in the short term. But in the long term, the exponential thinking, sometimes you may have to invest a lot originally in the technology to leapfrog your business and prepare it for the future. But when this exponential breakover point hits, that's when the real progress happens. And the example on the right is kind of trying to clarify the same thinking that, hey, this is how we can make things better using technology. And this is one of my favorite examples. We have all seen it, this ENIAC computer from 1946, super powerful. But today's greeting card is actually way more powerful than the ENIAC computer of 1946. It's 800 times faster and cheaper and better and all sort of things. And the reason why we are seeing that is because the time is shrinking for growing technology, the developing, the acceleration of that. And if we look at, I mean, we have seen all these examples in the past. I mean, there's nothing new. But if we just look back, like people who are above 40, I mean, these are the things which we might have seen in last 15 years. But the key part to observe here is none of these technologies were around 15 years ago. So in last 15 years, we might have seen more than the earlier 25 or 50 or whatever years. of our lives. So that's the key thing. So the message here is the future is now. Whatever we could think of in the technology world, whether it's the flying taxis, or if it's the quantum internet, or if it's the space elevators, or the reversing the aging process, or getting the designer babies, or preparing this digital twins, space colonization, whatever the topic we think about, the space power plants, all this great storage in DNA, the quantum fast and secure internet and blockchain and NFTs and cryptos, and all this like a HoloLens, AR, VR, CRISPR, just throw the names here and there. I mean, it's like amazing things we have achieved so far on all this feat of technologies. AI is everywhere. It can do a lot more things, from code generation to text generation and every single thing, image generation. So it's all done, practically speaking. So where do we go next? So if you think at a higher level, the whole dimension is shifting from hand-powered jobs and careers to head-powered, the white collar, blue collar to white collar, and now onto this hard-powered jobs. But I think the key message here is we need to think like, how are we helping humanity in the end by using all the technology? Because that's what matters. I mean, according to some standards, it's only 100 years left on this earth for all of us. So if earth is not there, then what all this technology and business is going to do? So I like this last quote from this artist, that what is the best work? It is the next one. So no matter what we have seen in the past, I think let's commit and collaborate today to move forward and make the future much better. And this is the last one of my favorite quote, that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, let's go together. So that's where we need to work together today. And thanks a lot for this awesome opportunity. So technology is not in the business. Technology is business today, practically speaking, but let's make it useful together. Thank you.